Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another Premier Draft. Today we are playing March of the Machine, the Aftermath. Let's jump right into it. Alright, first pack, first pick. Okay, we got an Urbrask, first pick. Well, from the last draft it didn't turn out that well, but it's still a 4 mana 4/4 first strike. And yeah, let's give it a try. Other good cards. Ooh, yeah, there are the other cards. Set your library for an artifact card, reveal it. Then you discard a card at random. If an artifact card was discarded this way, deals 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. Sorcery speed, interesting. Other new cards in here? None. I see Deadly Derision also in here, but yeah, let's jump into the second pack. There we have Rakdos, Street Chef. At the beginning of your end step, each player exiles the top card. Until the next end step, each player may play that card. Whenever a player plays a land from exile or casts a spell from exile, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature and create a food token. Okay. Zada is in here. I also see a Repurposing as a great removal spell. There's also an Ica Shade as a good common. I think since we are trying to build around Urbrask, instant and sorceries and stuff like that, I think Zada is actually an interesting pick here. I'm not a fan of Rocco here, which is why, yeah, I think I will take Zada here. Though Repurposing is actually a better pick here. So currently we are in a Rakdos direction here, because it is simply a great removal spell. So let's take it. Okay, new cards, new cards. There's none in here. And aside from that, let's see. Good cards. Yeah, Rough is a good card. Invasion of Moe can do some work. Since we are in red and in black so far, I think the Prankster is the most reasonable pick in here. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, no new card. Good cards in here for the deck that we are currently building. Yeah, Invasion of Eldraine. Discard 2 can be very powerful. Ica Drinker is a reasonable 1-drop, but doesn't do much around in our deck. Beat Sticks could ramp us. But I think Invasion of Eldraine is some hand hate, why not? Next pack. There's Vanquish the Weak. Great interaction spell. Dispersal also great just as an agent. Which is why, yeah, I think Vanquish it is. Okay, there's a new card. Animist's Might. Costs 2 less to cast if it targets a legendary creature you control. Okay, so 1 green, target creature you control deals damage equal to twice its power to target creature or planeswalker. Okay, not bad, but could also be better. I think what I want to take here is Cliffs, simply to have the dual land option. And who knows, maybe we will see a Weird again. And yeah, I don't think that I want to run Shatter here, though we could actually play it as a high cost removal spell. And with Invasion of Eldraine we can also finish that battle off, so yeah, okay. We go with Shadow. Okay, there's an Ica Shade in here. There's also Invasion of Regatha, which is not that bad, especially when you're playing several battles. So I think Invasion of Regatha is a little bit better here than an Ica Shade, because we might find an Ica Shade again. Okay, next pack. Here I will definitely pick the Etched Familiar. It's simply a good card because it can trade for something and then you still drain your opponent for 2. Okay, pack cycled. I'm really not a fan of the handling here. Yeah, I will take Yargle as an option. Okay, there's an Ica Shade that I was talking about. Zada doesn't make that much sense because we don't have any instants or sorceries that want to target our own creatures, so Ica Shade is great here. We continue with an Everborn. And here is nothing interesting for us. I will take a Searing Bard to the sideboard. Also nothing interesting in here. Okay, we take the Cliffs. Okay, island to the sideboard. We have Spark Rupture. Draw a card. Each planeswalker with 1 or more loyalty counters on it Loses all abilities and is a creature with power and toughness, each equal to the number of loyalty counters on it. Okay. Invasion of Kaldheim is in here, which is a lot of card advantage. There's also repurposing, Meeting of Minds is in here, Volcanic Spite, also great. Do I want to play the Invasion of Kaldheim? We are pretty cost heavy so far, so I think repurposing makes a little bit more sense. Okay, Umori is in here. Umori is in black, which is really good for us. Okay, what do we have here? Each other human you control gets +1/+0 and has Ward 1 for 2 mana 2/2. It's a good card. But I think Umori it is. As a simple discount, can be in double black, and it's still a 4/5. We continue. What's that? Harnessed Snaphorn. Okay, Vigilance deals combat damage to a player. Return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whoa, okay. This is an interesting one and a 2/5. I like it. Okay, but Ica Drinker it is. Simply to have us, yeah, pretty good 1-drop here. Ooh, Deadly Derision. There's another of the Snaphorn. But Deadly Derision, great removal spell. We continue. What do we have in here? Okay, Nif Mizzet Supreme. 5 mana, 5/5 flying, hexproof from monocolored. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard that's exactly 2 colors has Jumpstart. Okay, that's dope. That is a cool one. But let's play around what our deck intends to do. So I think I will take the Doombringer here, though I'm pretty sure I won't be playing a Doombringer. Which is why I might simply just value pick here. Yeah, let's take a Nif Mizzet. Okay, there's one more of the Vanguard. There's an Oilcaster, which is really good. Could also go for Dual Land here to simply extend the option of going into 3 colors here into Grixis. But an Oilcaster is also a reasonable card. Which is why, yeah, I'll take the Oilcaster. Ooh, a Rager here. That's good. Okay, Training Grounds. 1 mana, activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. Okay. Other good cards in here. There's a Conviction, I like it. Simply because we also have an Ica Drinker. Okay, there's another Ica Shade. Great. Okay, we got a Historian here. Guess I'll take the Bruiser. But I'll take it to the sideboard. Here we take Bane Splitter to the sideboard. Yeah, I got everything. Okay, 3rd pack. Let's see. Okay, there's a Duelist in here. Ooh, Dranith Ruins, okay. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target non-human creature that entered the battlefield this turn. Honestly, I think this can be played. Other options is a Timuret here. Also a Gorilla. But I think Dranith Ruins actually makes a lot of sense in our deck because we have a lot of non-human creatures and we might have 2 mana to spare at some point. And 2 +1/+1 counters is a lot. There's Render Inert. Cosmic Hunger is in here, but I will take the Agent. Let's quickly jump over the Campus Renovation. Return up to 1 artifact card or enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile the top 2 cards. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Okay. Yeah, but I'll take an Agent. Invasion of Tolvada. Could also go for Render Inert here. Because we have a few battles. We got 2 battles here. But I think an Agent is better. Okay. Here we got an Artisan, which is a nice aggressive creature. Could also go for an Informant here for even more hand hate. But we might see an Informant again, so I will take the Artisan. Okay. Volcanic Spite is a great interaction spell. I like it. Here we go with another Edged Familiar. There's also a Bloodfell Caves, which might be better. Our free curve has already quite a few creatures here, so I think I'm good with taking the caves here. Okay, I see an Ica Drinker, I also see a Greatsword, but there's also Cosmic Rebirth. Instant, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. If it has mana value 3 or less, you may put it into the battlefield. If you don't put it into the battlefield, you put it into your hand and you gain 3 life, okay? Now, I could have made it one cheaper and missed out on the you gain 3 life. Then I would like it, but I will take another Ica Drinker. Oh, Invasion of Asgard, perfect. No other card from the Aftermath, so we keep on going. There's a Drag Recycler as a sacrifice outlet. Could also take another Agent here, but Agent is a human. And yeah, Drag Recycler is also a possibility to sacrifice something. I'll take a Mauler. Yeah, I guess Etherborn won't make it. Maybe one Ica Drinker won't make it. Drag Recycler, Prankster, Spite, Asgol, Invasion Artisan, Edge Familiar, Invasion of Eldraine, Oilcast, okay, Render Inert cycled. Render Inert also makes sense when our opponent is playing Incubator tokens. Rager sacrifices creature or artifact, okay. Here we'll just value pick. Am I still missing something? Yeah, a few racers. And here I also have everything. I'll take a Doombringer to the sideboard. Mauler, Shadow Repurposing. Okay, let's see. Green and or white. Okay. So we can play the Deluge. Okay, Scrap Jumper. And the Mountain. Okay, let's see. We have to cut 3 cards. Scrap Jumper won't make it. Do I need the Mauler? Artisan can go, and Deluge can go. I think that this is fine. I'm still considering if I want to bring a Doombringer here. Because it can drain and it can also remove defense counters. And due to the fact that we play 3 battles, might be worth it. Might be better than a Mauler here. Mauler, on the other hand, could also Swamp Cycle. But I think this looks good. Alright, let's give it a try. Okay, we got lands, we got interaction, an early drop. Seems okay. Let's play a Direct Recycler, see what happens. Okay, opponent plays nothing. I like that. We attack for 2. Okay, Vesuvian Drifter. At the beginning of each combat you may reveal, if you reveal a creature, becomes a copy, except it has flying, okay. Go to combat. Didn't reveal. No need to damage anything here, so let's play an Oilcaster. See what happens. Okay, there's Izuri. Izuri definitely needs to go. This is on cast, right? Oh no, when it enters, okay. Opponent passes the turn, that's good. We play the Black Source here. Then we kill Uzuri. We decline here. Then we mill our opponent. Let's see, I had a mountain on top, we had a runes on top. Deal 2, and we play a familiar here. Okay, Inga Rune Ice. Scry free. Depending on how our opponent arranges, our Oilcaster can do some work here. Okay, leaves 3 on top. Turns the Drifter into nothing, okay. Attacks with the Drifter, interesting. Okay, stays back. That means I will draw 3 cards. If 3 or more creatures died this turn, okay. I will take care of the Drifter here. Because I would like to pressure my opponent, mill 1. Okay, they lose a Rens Resolve, we lose our second repurposing. This is horrible in my opinion. But okay, our opponent, yeah, 3 cards in grave so far. Okay, Scrounger to back up Inga. I like that. No need to block. I can take 4. Okay, and an Assailant. Okay. Another backup. Okay, we draw land. I don't like this at all. But I want to keep up the pressure. I could keep the Drag Recycler back. But I think I want to go for an ordered swing here. Okay, Ica Shade and Scrap Jumper were milled. Drain my opponent. Then we pass the turn. Just look threatening. Okay, opponent stays back. I have enough mana available to kill Inga depending on what happens, so I will just attack with the Oilcaster. Now it's pumped up. GG. Okay, we got lands, turn 2 plays, interaction. I like it. I like this hand. Caves out of the way, gain 1 life. Opponent with a Plains. We follow up with a Prankster here. Hope that my opponent uses a lot of resources here. Okay, Vanguard. I would like to have my... how's it called again? And I think I have to use Volcanic Spite here, because I don't want to give up the Prankster right away. I think it's worth killing it here, ditching the Agent. Drawing a card, okay. Bomb, I like that. Still got Conviction up. Let's see, this costs 3 to transform. Okay. Okay, Urobrusk. So what I can do is I can flip the Prankster. Attack, my opponent might trade. If my opponent doesn't trade, I can play Drag Recycler, keep up the... Oh no, you know what? I will transform here. Pay free. Then I attack. If my opponent decides to jump block, which they don't, I can still use Conviction when they cast something. Like a Protocol Knight. Which creature do I want to kill? Protocol Knight or Lancer? I think I want to get rid of the Lancer here. So let's sacrifice here, draw 2 cards. Okay, Omori is great. Then we get Urobrusk. Oh, I could get Urobrusk out. I could also discount the Invasion of Eldraine here, or I can simply just discount creatures. I think that's a little bit better. And play Drag Recycler. Okay, an Inquisitor. But Inquisitor is manageable. Let's see, if I attack with Omori, my opponent can flip. He has a 3/3. But at least some creatures trade, and then I can follow up with Urobrusk. I think that's a good line of play. Let's offer a trade here. Okay, Dispersal to hand. Surveils one way. What I can do now is I can play Omori, but I cannot discount. I could play Invasion of Eldraine now and make them discard 2. I think that sounds reasonable. Alright, got a few creatures out of their hand. Let's play an Echo Drinker here and see what they want to do. If they also have Invasion of Eldraine, I'll be in trouble, but... Okay, they passed the turn. Invasion of Regatha. This can finish off Invasion of Eldraine. Let's see, I have 4, I'm still missing 1 mana. But I like it because it will also kill the Inquisitor and will force my opponent to flip the Incubator token now. 4 damage to battle, 1 damage to the Inquisitor. Okay, our opponent has seen enough, GG. Okay, we are on the draw. We got a lot of lands in hand, but we got Invasion into Render Inert and then follow up with Urobrusk. I think this seems interesting. Okay, opponent starts off with the plains. We get the caves out of the way. Okay, opponent still no play, so we will keep the Invasion of Asgol. I could also simply to curve out, play Invasion now, but it's a free sacrifice, so I will just wait until my opponent plays a free drop, which I'm pretty sure will come down now. Phyrexian Awakening, that's actually also a pretty good answer, but on the other hand, I can just get rid of the token here and draw a card. Alright, a Surveyor to fix their mana. Not the best target for an Invasion of Asgol. Do I want to play Urobrusk now? Not really. I think I will go Prankster and then Invasion of Asgol, because the Surveyor will just keep sticking around. So making them sacrifice it now is reasonable. Alright, Invasion of New Capenna, that takes care of my Prankster. Opponent still missing a land drop there. I think, yeah, I will just go with Urabrask now. Let's see if they have an answer for it. Okay, Timoret. Timoret cannot block. I will attack the invasion with Urabrask now. If they use any instant speed interaction while blocking, I can still repurposing or shatter. Okay. We get to flip. Okay. Yeah, the question is, do I want to do it now? Because he triggers only in my end step, but I don't think it's worth it. I think I should wait here. See what my opponent does. Okay, still no land drop. Or at least not yet. Okay, goes for render inert. This is fine for now. Also, opponent gets to draw a card. Can they equip? Yeah, they can immediately equip. Do I want to repurpose here? I think I want to repurpose simply because I can then also use the token in my turn to immediately attack with another 3/3. Yeah, I like it. Drain of Ruins. Alright. Full swing. And we still have some interaction up. Maybe I could have stayed back with the Ashen Reaper to convoke the Shadow, but... Okay, an Aetherborn. Kill it. That should be GG. GG. Okay, Caves, Prankster, Akar. Seems good. An Acre Shade. Okay, also resolved. Invasion of Arskull can clear path. Ah, okay, but not against the Preening Champion. Ooh, okay. But a Volcanic Spite can help. Nope, not interested. Should have played the Invasion of Arskull here. Yeah, should have played it. I missed out on a lot of damage there. Because my opponent's board will just go wider. I think I need to play it now. Yeah, that was a misplay. Definitely could have done that one better. Okay, Rona. I can kill Rona. I can also... Do I want to kill Rona here is the question. I can also flip the Prankster, attack face, and keep up... No, I cannot keep up Shadow. I think I want to kill Rona here. Then we... Yeah, we pay it like this. That will also make my Icar Shade grow. Let's go face. I cannot flip the Invasion of Arskull anyways, so... Seems like my opponent has something for my Icar Shade here. Okay, Karuga is definitely something. And I didn't draw a land. That's bad. So let's... If I use 3 and lose 3, I don't have enough mana to play the... Let's see. The Icar Shade can attack the Invasion of Arskull here. Let's see if my opponent wants to trade. Okay, seems like it. Invasion of Amonkhet, that's a problem. Okay, they also milled my Urabrask. I had to discard my repurposing. Invasion of Amonkhet is such a devastating card for every board state. It's crazy. Try to flip the Prankster here. Okay, that worked. And I want to go face. Okay, opponent takes it. Pass the turn. At least try to. Tidal Terror. Render inert. Okay, my opponent will go down to 1. Let's draw a card. Let's take off all of the defense counters. Draw another card. Oilcaster, okay. Draw. Need to keep 1 card in hand. Yeah, but now they can... Depending on how they play it, they can get the... They can flip the invasion. Let's see, what can they get back? Preening Champion that will create blockers. So one way how I can win is finding the Drag Recycler. Now is the question, do I want to prevent that? I'm pretty sure that I want that to prevent that. Let's see if my opponent recasts Rona here. Okay, cleansing. Let's try to resolve Oilcaster. Okay, that's resolved. Yeah, at some point it has to happen. They will get back. They might take my Etched Familiar here to gain life. If they take Urabrask, so be it. Then they will discard cards to bring back Rona. But I think my opponent is better off taking back the Etched Familiar to gain some life. Rona, Karuga. With Karuga they could draw cards. Yeah, Preening Champion makes sense. Okay, they got the counterspell. At least my Oilcaster is now online and can kill both of my opponent's creatures. I think I want to do that. Okay, let's see what we mill. Island Swamp, Mountain Swamp. Okay, Dispersal. Opponent got it all. Surveyors 1 to the bottom. Nothing died, so I just recast my Oilcaster here. Yeah, what I need to find is a Drag Recycler. Probably the only direct damage spell that I have. Okay, incubate 4. Yeah, I'll have to take 5 here. Mountain is not what I need. Let's play Mountain into Acre Shade here. Then let's pass the turn. Okay, flips, draws a card. Yeah, Invasion of Asgard would be great. Oh, okay, let's see. Ooh, Invasion of Regatha could have also dealt the final amount of damage. Ah, too bad. Taking another 8. Yeah, I think at some point I have to start blocking. Let's see what we mill. Rager. Acre Drinker. Not what helps. Ah, this doesn't help. This doesn't help. This is a lot of damage. So let's try to prevent at least some of it. Ah, Invasion of Regatha. Really sad that we milled that one. Tolarian Contempt for the rejection counter. Whoa, okay. Yeah, well, that is powerful. Yeah, agent. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. Cryptomancer, another Cryptomancer? Okay, yeah. Well, that's GG. Alright guys, so this was a draft of Premier draft of March of the Machine, the Aftermath. I think overall the deck, yeah, I have sadly no clue lately. Lately drafts aren't going that well for me personally. I think the decks are always really solid. Maybe I'm just doing not the best decisions. It's not always that easy. I think especially now in the last match, I think I saw that timing your battles and what you want to go after is still something that I'm probably still not really good at calculating, because you can deal some damage to Invasion of Asgard and flip it in the next turn, or you can also deal 2 damage to your opponent, which is like, okay, we're talking already about 10% of the damage, and then with all of the other spells in this deck that can drain your opponent, like Etched Familiar, Drag Recycler, Invasion of Regatha can deal 4 damage. That's so much. Maybe I should have gone a little bit more onto my opponent's face instead of focusing around battles and flipping them. But yeah, this is something that I'm still not very used to, and I probably do a few mistakes there which I still don't see, which is why lately I'm really not getting really good results at drafting. I'm investing a lot of gems to play those drafts, but they are turning out really badly, and I'm still trying to find out how to improve that playstyle. Overall, it's still a lot of fun. I like drafting itself, and I think it's, in my opinion, one of the most competitive things that you can do, as drafting, in my opinion, requires a lot of skill, and I'm happy to improve in here. But yeah, overall, I think this one was okay. We didn't get to the break-even point, but overall, Urabrask is always a lot of fun. Even if you don't really play around instant and sorcery spells, you still have a 4/4 with first strike, which is great. Invasion of Asgold can do some work. Ichor Shade, one of the better commons in this set, definitely. Edged Familiar, don't underestimate this card simply because you can easily drain your opponent. I like it. Corrupted Conviction, great card draw spell. I think Umori is a card that always when I draft it, it does a lot of work. For 4 mana, 4/5 is already solid, and it can discount the cards that you have in your hand or the most card type in your hand for 1, which is in my opinion really good. So overall, yeah, I like this one. Yeah, Merciless Repurposing is always a removal where I'm like, okay, this is really expensive, but okay, one of the better removals in the set. Overall, I hope you enjoyed it, and then I would say see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.